I'm sorry, I can't do this. Do I look at you or the camera? The camera.
Action!
He only came to see me one time, and that was a week after my birth. I was born to a young mother in Lexington, Kentucky. She was about 20 or 21 years of age when she had me, and my father was about 22 years old. It just so happens that my father only came to see me one time, and that was a week after I was born. After that, he just disappeared, vanished into thin air, never to be seen or heard from again. So I call him the Houdini father. I often wondered what my father thought about me the first time that he saw me. Did he look at me with a gleam in his eye? Did he hug and kiss me when he held me for the first time? Was he even happy about his newborn son? Did he imagine him and I playing catch together? Did he think about the day he would teach me how to ride a bike? Did he see himself on my wedding day while adjusting my bow tie, saying, "Son, you're about to marry this amazing woman, and then go and make me some grandkids"? On the flip side, what was going through the mind of my mom when she saw my father holding me for the first time? Did a smile spread across her face like a Chicago skyline? But what went through the mind of my mom when my father left and he didn't show up the next day? What about a week later, a month later, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later? What went through the mind of my mom 4 years later when she received a phone call that my father lost his life? Not knowing my father growing up was rough. I mean, really rough. Questions like these would circulate my mainframe.
Every now and then when I see a son with his father playing catch a tag, you're it. Disappointment in my veins will begin to bloom because a part of me, the kid in me, so wished it was my dad in me. Truthfully,
One thing that left a scar in my heart growing up was this: not knowing the identity of my father. No one on my mother's side of the family had a picture of my father. But back in college, through a chain of events, I finally met my father's side of the family. And when I did, I received so many pictures of him. And when I looked at one picture, it was as if I was looking at myself in the mirror, with the exception of the big afro, the plaid shirt, and a pair of bell bottoms. I must admit that when I first saw the pictures, that I was looking at them with so many mixed emotions. After 24 years of not seeing his face, it was like a piece of the puzzle that was missing from my life has now been solved. But at the same time, I was angry. I was furious that I had to see him like this without having a chance to talk to him. So angry that I wanted to yell at him through the pictures and say this right here. What was it about me? What was it about me that you were so ashamed of? Because of your decision to abandon me, never had the chance to feel the embrace of your hug. Never heard you whisper me good nights. Never had the chance to look deep into your eyes and see my reflection in your sight. How did my father lose his life? Well, one day he was in California with the wrong people, into drugs. He got kidnapped, drugged to a football field, tied to a football goalpost, blindfolded, and they took a shotgun and blew his head off. And his body lay there for 3 days. And one day a man was walking his dog, and the dog began to smell something, and the dog led the man to the body of my dead father. So that's how my father lost his life. like fatherless daughters who look for affection with men through sex and collecting emotional wounds, causing them to wear masks and costumes. So by the time they meet Mr. Right, the heart is so broken and no longer bloom like beautiful flowers in sunlight. Many women who are raised without their fathers are usually attracted to older men as a way to fill the void in their hearts of not having their fathers. They look for daddy and all the wrong men. Here are a few quotes from women who were raised without their fathers.
Being a fatherless daughter has made me very bitter. It's hard for me to trust men because of my father. My dad broke my heart before any guy ever had a chance to.
If you are a daughter who was raised without your father, learn to give yourself some closure. Closure is coming to terms with the situation and permitting yourself to move forward. If you don't give yourself closure, you will remain emotionally stuck. Like fatherless sons, they hit the streets and they learn to fight from the rejection they feel on the inside, and they are the masterminds behind most crimes, gangs, and homicide. Boys have a scar in their heart the size of their father, and sometimes that scar follows them from childhood to adulthood. A father's love is like ink in a pen that never runs dry. Let's just say it is an endless supply to help sustain the pulse of the kid until the day they die. Many fatherless sons get stuck in the anger rather than acknowledge the hurt, because that hurt makes them vulnerable. The depravity I feel from being a fatherless human being is undescribable, which makes me question the old saying that time heals all wounds. A father's attention to his son has positive effects on a boy's emotional and social development. A son abandoned by his father is deprived of a deep sense of personal security. A life of crime and gangs are magnets for young, angry sons. If you don't believe me, take a trip to your local jail or prison and you will find out that 80% of inmates come from fatherless homes. I know this lifestyle all too well. You see, growing up, I didn't have anybody in my life to show me how to be a man, how to work with my hands, and lastly, how to properly treat and love women. So guess what I did? I turned to a life of crime. I joined a gang, started selling drugs, started packing guns, started robbing people at gunpoint, and at one point in my life, I was facing 10 years in the penitentiary. If you was raised without your father and you still feel the sting of his absence, number one, surround yourself with people who love you unconditionally. Look, I don't know where I'd be without my support system. Y'all the real heroes. And secondly, seek out professional help. Something I should have did, but I didn't. And yet, here we are. Feeling the pain that over 18 million kids in America feel each and every day, the absence of their father's love.